right locations. Clid pathing nicely and then finishing off the game.
Clid to LCK was one of my big what-ifs of the past year, watching the LPL win tournaments, and just watching as much LPL as I could and seeing Clid pop off so often.
Yeah.
Went over in the LPL, and I think a lot of
let's do it. He's taking it. Okay, Counter-Strike works relatively well against the hail of blades, blocking out those auto attacks that you want to be getting in. So I like the pickup. I like the idea, but can OnFleek actually make it work? As we still have to work out where everything's going, as Dove most likely going to be going back onto the Aatrox, but OnFleek could be jungling it. Summit could be playing the Jax on the top side of the map. Summit have a decent laning phase, or will once again he get punished in the earlier stages? It's time to find out. All right, Sandbox fans, voices raised. As I always expect.
Parlay, pretty decent length as well. And then just go for an early shot that wins the lane, like you say. Sheen versus Awesome Dudes was the meta.
All
it's
right.
mid lane.
Sustain's going to come in. Is Clid even needed here as Dove's going to get hit by the corrosive charge, and that may be the end. The flash forward, the audacious charge, and first blood for SKT.
And the timings are so clean, and Dove is not hugging the right side of the lane. So he actually ends up not having the easiest escape path. Bot lane awash with a shot coming in soon.
The Aatrox. As Clid going to get fought here by OnFleek. Maybe didn't want to take that one, but knockup does come in. Teleport here from SKT, followed up immediately by the teleport of Sandbox. Khan wants to find Dove as Joker is over here, has himself the lantern. So not going to go in any further forward, and it looks like Sandbox will be still making his way back towards the bottom side as Faker engages onto Dove once again. Level 6 has been hit as the World Ender is going to be popped. And Faker says, thank you very much for that. And I will allow Armada to come in once that is worn down.
A flash disdain, but a lot of people around mid lane here on both sides.
Yep. And you can imagine that Faker's probably going to jump back in again as Control Lord's going to spot Joker coming over. Faker the only thing close to a tank as well on the enemy side as Teddy's going to get ignited. Whirling Death is going to be available to the Stander side. Does not hit Teddy, and OnFleek doesn't find the counter-strike. He's still waiting, but the play is there once again, and OnFleek going to pick up that kill as now Clid. With the ultimate running, OnFleek is in trouble. Leap Strike going to get him to relative safety. And there it is. Adoration stacks for Ghost come through as Marta gets taken down. And Joker just took control of that whole skirmish.
Marta's so on point and stopping the first death sentence, but then is guilty of giving that cash into Draven. Things can change oh so quickly in the bot lane when 9 minutes of farming. Cash is out. Didn't quite see the gold number, but I bet it was big. As topside, already Summit, pre-items being purchased, having a happy time.
Yeah, jumping forward, looks for it. Does he find the second shot of the ult? Yes, he does. That is the perfect execution that we wanted, and Summit will get out scot-free.
It's a freebie. They knew the jungler would. But Demancy also helping the top side. Is OnFleek going to meet Clid.
Yep, but Summit is right on over here. Uses the first charge of the ultimate very, very early as he dives right in. But Clid has the ult running and therefore is not going to take any damage from that second shot. And Summit looks damn silly as his jungler gets taken down.
Marta roams up before Joker. Not something we've said
trade,
much.
and Ghost continues to push forward bottom side.
Yeah, my attention was grabbed. 700 became 1700 when it came to the gold lead over Teddy. Gotta be careful here, Khan.
Oh, that hook. If that had landed, that would have been a dead Victor. Stand aside is going to be there, and I feel like that's exactly what Ghost is saying this whole game. It's stand aside, SKT. We were also a 2-0 squad, and you cannot treat us like anything else. As there's the grinder in the mid lane, but Faker is going to be the one taken down. World Ender. It's going to not mean that Flash is available for Dove, so can't follow Faker out. That 1v1 is not indicative of how this game is going.
Just like with Hanwha Life versus Griffin game number 1, some worries for these top two big boys that we want to see clash in a week's time.
Exactly, and Faker just takes the full combo here from Dove in the mid lane. Ultimate there, but didn't quite wait long enough as OnFleek comes forward. Can't find Faker, but they do get the flash for themselves. Sandbox actually playing this one very reserved. As there's the flash in. Marta gets them both under the turret as Ghost still trying to get the auto attacks. Can Clid take him down? The answer is yes. As Joker goes into his stopwatch. Teddy free hitting on the back line. Unable to get rid of the Thrasher's Summit. Dives on forward and Sandbox answer back. OnFleek takes the lantern right, and now Faker wants to try and salvage this fight. Dove has the World Ender still available though, and Khan comes in with the extra damage. It's a lantern waiting offside as Joker has no health to actually join the fight, but Sandbox will trade up.
2 for 1, and a mid lane turret goes the way of Sandbox, and the only thing that SKT feels good about is that both summoners are down.
Only 2.5 thousand. This Joker looks for the hook, doesn't find it. True Shot Barrage is what he's going to get for it. As Summit taking so much damage, actually. As Teddy starts tanking the turret, Sandbox are going to successfully defend here at this point.
Wave clear at a premium on the Sandbox Gaming draft. They're much more about lanes and some poke damages. Awkwardly, Teddy takes both sides.
The double Whirling Death.
Of the Whirling Death. Maybe that's why Draven jumped down against Riven. The Whirling Death could have been off screen.
Summit does find cleared. Some extra damage is there as on Fleek. He's on the Dragon, and Summit a little bit off the page when it comes to what Sandbox wanted to do.
Seemed like he was all about zoning. Could be a 50-50.
Yep, and it is going to go over to Onfleek this time, but the fight has now broken out. Joker going to get smacked down by the True Shot Barrage, but SKT unable to find anything in Sandbox. Take the Dragon and go.
If we've seen one thing change in Game 1 and Game 2, I hope it's the coaching staff. Put it plainly of, what are you fighting for? Remember that at all times so you don't make mistakes. We're fighting for supremacy here, that's a visual bug.
That's a really weird visual bug as well, as the gravity field comes in, but Khan now finds himself in amongst 3 members, but flashes at the perfect time. The ultimate not going to get in, but Dove knocks everyone up, and the first kill's going to go. The second, both solo laners eradicated from Summoner's Rift.
Flash so big for Dove there. That's the Dove we didn't see in game number 1, coming back on his Aatrox. They turn on to Baron. What tools are left for SKT? Right now, they don't even have a True Shot Barrage.
Yep, this is a Baron that is certainly just going to go down. Joker just making sure no one comes in. And Ghost doing so much damage to this one. Outer turret going to be taken. SKT not often letting you take something for free, but I'll take Baron.
He's got his own Trinity Force. It'll be so interesting to see how these team fights play out. Counter-Strike, as we know, it's a big zoning tool. Maybe you don't need a zoning tool.
Yep, Faker is almost dead here as the gravity field is trying to zone, but he flashes way too late. Chaos Storm for a lot of damage, but he's just dead. And yes, they got some health bars, but 2 kills going over to Sandbox, and they've got the Baron. They can continue pushing.
Teddy snapped back. And more importantly, Khan did as well on this victor. And like you say, died as an afterthought.
Ghost gets back from these auto attacks. On Fleek, underneath the inhibitor turret, they are threatening. There is a lot of damage potential here as Cleared is going to get pulled back to the Infernal Chains and just dismantled underneath his own turret. Dove still does have that World Ender running, and Sandbox not going to be taking inhibitors just yet. Still playing it relatively reserved as Ghost is able to get rid of the mid lane one instead. SKT just stretched too thin and their base in shambles.
No ability to look for another one of those flash ults from on. If they miss this one, it's over.
There it is. They do find Ghost. They try and get the damage in, and the Fear Beyond Death comes through. Fear's now onto Dove. He doesn't have an ultimate, and SKT get them out of the base. Faker still wants more. Joker on Fleek and Summit trying to run, as there's the death sentence. Joker just trying to slow them down. Mata in there as well, and SKT should be able to at least deter them from moving this Baron any further forward as Joker gets the flayback. Has to flash as now Summit tagged by the Death Ray and On Fleek wanting to get this one back in. Okay, Teddy, he's going to fall down as On Fleek now in the stopwatch, but Chaos Storm is there and they trade 1 for 1.
No TPs to join this one. A 1 for 1 where the AD carry dies as super minions are flowing into the base means that actually farming time for Teddy. He's alone.
Does get himself the knock up onto Teddy.
Let's watch how Sandbox play this one. They've been hard at the paint on that Baron.
Yep, Teleport is going to come in, but they just can't get to this Baron pit. SKT start the fight a little bit too late, but can they actually win it as Faker right in amongst it? Does get the fear on a couple of members in the backline, but Summit is able to get rid of Teddy, and now SKT barely have the damage available. Ghost 1v1ing Faker, and my money is on the Draven here. Too much lifesteal, and SKT are just going to lose right here. Summit teleports back in, and Khan wants to try and get him, but I think he's just too elusive as Dove flashes forward, doesn't find him, but Summit, he has enough buttons. He's going to be able to take them down. We're going to game 3. Sandbox Gaming take down SKT, and Mata is just golden in the fountain. Looking forward to game 3.
The sins of pick and ban and the early game actually are going to be important against SKT this time. They can't pull the Griffin comeback. They do lose game number 2. Remember that SKT have played the other team that qualified through Challenger in Kesper Cup. They lost to Dumb One Gaming to end their win streak. Now they're against Sandbox Gaming. It's 1-1, and all they can do if they win this series and end up 3-3 against our promoted duo.
And I have a feeling that Ghost is not going to be playing Draven in the next game either. Really nicely done.